They told us that UC Berkeley was a birthplace of free speech. Well, in 2025, this so-called birthplace turned into a battlefield. Yes, y'all. You had flares going up in the air, glass bottles thrown, and a crowd that was forced to fight just to listen to a message of freedom. Crazy, right? So with that being said, y'all, we finna dive into this first clip coming straight from JD Delay. It is actually an ex-member by the name of Ty. He speaks out and he informs us and lets us know the ins and out of how Antifa, these crowds and foundations are set up. You know, they have chats. They have places that they go to meet, to do all of these things. These are people that are actually being paid. And some of them are actually like doped up on stuff. Most of the time, like he stated, they're high. All right. That's why they can't tell you why they're there. They can't tell you why they protested to begin with. So that being said, y'all, let's go ahead and dive into this first clip. I just want to go ahead and refresh y'all memories by the guy named Ty. If you haven't seen it, I got the full episode on my channel. Y'all can check that out. Let's get into the first clip, y'all. We're going to chop it up in the comment section. Let's get into it.
I was studying Nazis. I was very confused why no one around me wanted to know about actual Nazis. So I didn't spend much time in the Proud Boys. I don't think they're actual Nazis, so I wasn't fucking worried about them, you know? But they don't like to talk about that stuff because it's scary. What's a threat to them is people like Charlie Kirk who convince people like me, hey, you're fucking up. Come back here, buddy. You know, there's a man upstairs that loves you. Do you know you got a mommy and daddy at home that miss you very much? Do you know you look like a fucking asshole on these drugs? That's who they hate because they threaten the cult. I was studying Nazis. I was very confused why no one around me wanted to know.
Now let's just go ahead and dive into the next clip, y'all, because it actually turned out peaceful in the beginning. We had people that actually showed up despite Antifa with the thugs blocking and all of the above. People literally did show up to show love for Charlie. So let's go ahead and dive into this clip. Now, when the campus that is founded as free speech movement starts using tear gas and throwing glass bottles and all of the above, y'all, again, due to free speech. This is supposed to be America where we're able to voice our opinions and say how we feel respectfully. Antifa and all these other organizations must be stopped. With that being said, y'all, let's go ahead and dive into the next clip. This came from Andrew Cavote on X. If y'all want to follow this guy, let's just dive into it. We're going to get into Savannah Hernandez. She was actually there, and she said she was on the ground at the campus, and it's been absolutely nothing but chaos outside of this event. Let's get into it.
This is Savannah Hernandez at UC Berkeley at the TPUSA Out of the Bay protest. Now, it is about 7 p.m. at this point, but this has been going on since 4:30, and my friends, it has been absolute chaos. Now, at the beginning of the night, you quickly had two people that were arrested. One person was a Trump supporter, another was an Antifa member, and as the Trump supporter was getting arrested, he stated that the Antifa member came and tried to steal his stuff, resulting in the altercation. Now, that happened fairly quickly at the beginning of the protest, and everything just evolved since then. Now, this is actually the entrance to the TPUSA event tonight, and the attendee line actually stretched out this way, and it kind of stretched into this area so people could get into this conference center behind me. Now, what ended up happening is this huge swarm of protesters, many of which are trans members, some of them are furries, and of course, many Antifa members and Antifa-aligned groups, they all ended up swarming those attendees. Now, one of the Antifa members actually lit off a flare, smoke started going everywhere, and then another protester drove past in his vehicle. It started backfiring multiple times. It kind of sounded like gunshots. I could see the visible fear in many of the attendees' eyes, and they all started swarming into this area. Now, police quickly let them pass these barriers to, essentially protect them and help with their safety, because the mob then quickly started descending on these barriers. Now, they have multiple times tried to break this area down and break these barriers down, and they have been chanting all night, calling attendees of this event fascists, Nazis, anti-Semites. They've been calling them every single name in the book, while simultaneously saying that Nazis need to be killed. Now, they have also been mocking the death of Charlie Kirk, and I have seen several signs tonight glorifying and celebrating Charlie's death. So that is the protest in attendance tonight. Those are the people inside. You even had people chanting, F your homie is dead, referring to Charlie Kirk. So that's an idea of how chaotic it has been out here at UC Davis. The next challenge is going to be how attendees now leave this event, as this entrance is completely blocked with very aggressive protesters.
At this point, they're not even considered protests, y'all. This is outside of an event where people are actually listening and carrying Charlie Kirk's legacy on. And you got chaos, them chanting, he's murdered. The media has mocked this man. Flares going up. How can you call, at this point, it's not even a protest. It's not peaceful. Like, let's miss the peaceful protesting and things. These are evil forces, y'all, on earth. Evil people. This is real. This is where we at in 2025. Good versus evil. What a disgrace to Charlie Kirk. Let's keep it moving. Coming straight from America AF on X. If y'all want to follow this person, let's get into these fools literally trying to knock over. They literally trying to knock over like the bars and stuff like that to try to get over to the other side. Check this out. That's right. That's right. So they seriously, these idiots are seriously trying to knock over the barricades. The police, I was like, yeah, that's right. Stay in line, because if they come across that line, F around and pull up, y'all. And I think it was 8 people and counting probably that were being arrested. Also, the police did call for extra bag up for these fools, because that's exactly what they are. Y'all, let's keep this thing going, because we can't make none of this stuff up. So here we go. You got the left calling the people who burned down the city and things like that. They are saying that it was a peaceful protest. Miss us with this BS. Ain't nothing peaceful about Antifa or any other organization that does exactly what these fools do. Let's get into the clip, y'all. Coming straight from Tyler Bower on X.
Event. Our Amanda Harry is live on the scene there, where protesters also showed up. We've already actually seen at least one fight break out. Amanda.
Yeah, things have been lively here. While that Turning Point USA event is still happening inside, protesters have been out here for hours. You can see them still here behind me. They have been chanting. Just a very, very lively scene out here. While things have been mostly peaceful, there have been some tense moments. Earlier this evening, there was a scuffle that broke out where 2 men started fighting. UC Berkeley police had to break up that interaction. Later, someone was throwing smoke bombs and a car backfired, leading some of the people who were protesting to run away. The protest was put together by students organizing for liberation. Some students say they don't believe UC Berkeley should host a large Turning Point USA event like this one, but other people are happy to be here for the event.
Turning Point USA should not be here, and they are like a fascist organization.
Tell me you're a libtard or a liberal without saying you're one. The common nose ring.
And nobody here agrees with what they are saying. And obviously, Charlie Kirk has been a big issue with like a lot of college campuses and people on college campuses. So we just think like, I mean, obviously, I didn't really follow him a lot, but knowing what he did and knowing the things that he was saying, it's just like vile and disgusting. So we don't want to support his organization.
Okay, I really didn't follow him a lot or know what he was saying, but you know everything that he was saying was vile and disgusting. Make it make sense. This is what the hell they do. Like, you don't even follow him or know what he was saying, but yet you're talking about it was vile and disgusting. Shut up. You sound stupid just as well as you look.
And I don't think that the Berkeley chancellor should have let them come here.
Y'all, don't this remind you of the 2020 Black Lives Matter protest versus this UC Berkeley protest now? Like, the crazy part is double standards just don't lie, y'all. They burn down cities. They all have something in common. And shout out to the left, because this is the left's doing. This is what brainwashing looks like. Let's keep this thing going. All right, let's go ahead and get into Libs of TikTok, y'all. Here go them saying it was a peaceful protest, but yet CBS is playing the violent roles in the background. Stupid. Let's get into this clip. So this is what peaceful protests look like. This is what it looked like. This is what they saying peaceful protests look like. Okay. This is crazy. Y'all, this brings me to the last clip. Coming straight from Andrew Cavote again on X if y'all want to follow him. Like, again, Ty the X Antifa member warned us about these people. Most of them geeked up. Most of them drunk. You have billionaires and big time people paying these fools to go out and do exactly what, and half of these folks don't even are even from our country. They come from all over to start chaos. And I'm so glad that they're about to start investigating and finding the actual people who are paying for these stupid protests to take place. Y'all keep your head on a swivel. We are in evil times. Okay. So stay focused, pay attention to your surroundings, keep your head on the swivel. I appreciate y'all for tuning in, kicking it with your girl. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much. Like, comment, subscribe, y'all. Drop your comments. Let's chat it up in the comment section. I want to know y'all thoughts. We're going to go ahead and get into the last clip of the day, and I'm going to see y'all in the next one. Let's get it.
It's not safe anymore to walk around Berkeley as a conservative. It's a very dangerous place. Antifa is prevalent, and it's a domestic terror group that needs to be handled with. And quite frankly, with all their defund the police chants, I don't think the police are intervening enough and protecting the students enough.
Antifa is basically like, if we had a group that just in the South, if we had a group in the South that had a uniform and went around and terrorized people who were trying to hold speeches, you know, like the Klan did back in the day, like we'd be able to say this is a domestic terror group and should be targeted accordingly. And like when you have these Antifa urchins who will harass any conservative event in Berkeley, that is a domestic intimidation terror group.